record. Here we are. Okay. I'm excited for this one. So this week our little focus, our little theme is hold, isolation hold. So I'm sure you can all think ahead of all of the things that we get to hold throughout the week. Okay, we're going to make our way to Shavasana. As always, if you have anything that you need to add into your practice, I say it every time, add it in if you would like, pillows, bolsters, blocks, whatever. If you want to, if you feel like your hips are tight today, if you had a lot of sitting and lounging and drinking wine over the weekend, put a little pillow below those hips, that'll help. Or if you feel like your chest and shoulders are tight, you can add a bolster there. I'm just going to add a quick sip of water before I make my way down. Take up as much space as you want. Your Shavasana is your Shavasana in your body, feeling that connection for yourself, finding stillness for yourself, making connection. So option also, if you feel like you need some grounding, I knew this was going to happen, this just popped up. If you need some grounding, you can also turn those palms to face downwards. Okay, there we go. We're back to. Now, tuning inwards with your breath. So really finding that connection to your breath. How is that feeling today? Maybe the rain brings you calm and peace. So maybe you can breathe a little bit deeper. Maybe the rain's frustrating for you, so your breath is short. Both are options. All right, we'll take a couple more breaths here in that stillness, making that connection to the body, maybe taking a simple scan of the body as well. Where needs some extra love, some extra care, some extra space. And then we'll take our last big breath in together here in our Shavasana. Inhale all the way to the top, holding that breath. Here's our first hold. And then part your lips and a big sigh out. Let's draw those ankles to touch in the center of the space. Take a breath in, reach those arms all the way up overhead. Nice long body stretch here this morning. Lengthening, reaching, pointing, all of those things. Taking one more breath here. Nice job. And then we'll bring those legs in towards the chest. Wrap those hands towards those shins. Give yourself just a little rock, so a counter stretch to that long body. And then we'll take the left heel down towards your mat. Press your right heel up towards the sky ceiling. I cannot read. I'm looking at my lights, my pot lights, which I should just turn off. We're in hamstring hold. Okay. From here, we're going to do a little movement to hold. Okay. So you're in your hamstring stretch. If your hands are up near your calf, near your ankle or shin, slide them down towards behind the hamstrings, interlace those hands there. Now you're going to bend through that leg and then extend and press through that heel. So you're going to get a little bit of tension in behind. You're trying to kick into that heel, bend through that leg, kick into that heel, bend through that leg. On your next extension, press your heel up, hold there. Option to move those hands back up if that feels good for you, behind that calf or towards that ankle. Breathing here for 3, for 2, and for 1. Okay, release that right leg down. Oh my goodness, that feels so good, so needed. Left leg presses up into that heel. Flex through those toes. Choose wherever feels good for your first grip. Flex in those toes as much as you can. Big breath in, big breath out. And then if the hands are not near the hamstring, slide them down, interlace those fingers, and then give a nice bend through that knee. Press through that heel, lengthen, bend, and press. Getting that nice length along that back body. On your next extension, press through that heel, return those hands to where it feels good. Last hamstring stretch to hold. Take a nice big breath in right here. Nice job. And then bend both legs and take both hands in behind those knees. We're going to rock and along that spine a couple of times into your boat pose right away. So maybe your boat pose has the hands in behind to support. Maybe they're here, maybe they're out, maybe the heels are down. You have lots of options. We're going to flow and hold again. 4 flows. We're going to reach the right arm back on the breath in. Exhale to pull it back. Left hand reaches back in breath. Exhale to return. You're going to do one more right and left, and then we hold our boat. Breath in, reach. Exhale in. Left side, breath in, reach. Exhale to hold that boat. Take a big breath in. Draw those knees in a bit more if they're lifted for 3, for 2, One more time, you got 4 to move. Right arm reaches back, in breath. Pull it back, center. Left on the inhale. Pull it back, center. 2 more. Ooh. Reach it right, center. Reach it left. Center to hold, final boat pose. Big breath in and out. One more breath in. And then cross those legs to seated. Oh, okay. So seated position here. Take those hands either towards the knees, palms down, palms up, or hands towards heart center. Give yourself a little intention for your practice, for your Monday, for your week ahead. Whatever that looks like for you. Something for yourself or something to put out into the universe. Taking one more breath. Nice job. Okay, ready. Sweep those arms all the way up overhead. Turn and twist to your left. So, to your right. Oops, doesn't matter. If you're on your left, it does not matter. Okay, left hand is hooked. Whatever hip is on the knee stays hooked. Breathe and lengthen through that spine. Take one more big breath in right here. You're gonna leave the hand on the knee, whatever side you were on, and reach the opposite arm up and over. Take your gaze underneath of that overhead arm, pressing into your sitting bones, knees pressing down as well, taking one more breath in there. Return to your twist, one more time, press and hold, big inhale, and then return towards center. Big breath in, reach those arms all the way up, turn and twist to the opposite way. There we go. Hook that hand towards the knee, other hand comes in behind, lengthen through that spine, turn on that twist, take one more big breath in right there. Good, take that back hand up and over, reach, take the gaze underneath of that overhead arm, taking one more big breath in right there. Oh my goodness, that feels good. Return that hand towards the back, twist and inhale one more time. And then returning through center. Taking the soles of the feet towards one another, Baddha Konasana legs, okay? Press those elbows towards the inside of those knees to really get those knees to open in external rotation, not internal, of those hips. Then we're gonna release the hands from those ankles. Try to leave your hands there. Breath in, this is hard. Exhale, forward fold. Okay, so those hip flexors are typically tight, so that inhale overhead is hard. Take one big breath in through that low back, tuck the tail, tuck the chin, rounded spine, and then release, making your way into your tabletop. Oh, okay. Hands and knees. Give yourself a couple of seconds just to kind of play around here. Remember, I don't know if that was last week or the week before, I cannot remember. You can change the position of those hands just to feel if it affects anything in through the shoulders, in through the elbows, in through the wrists. Fun to play around just to notice things through the body. That free play is sometimes where we figure some things out. Okay, toes can be tucked or untucked, and then we will return to our neutral tabletop. Spread those fingers nice and wide. Traditional cat and cows. Take a nice big breath in, lift the gaze, lift the tail, and then exhale to tuck and round. Focus on pelvis and vertebrae by vertebrae as you move this morning. Close your eyes if that feels good for you. Big breath in to come into your cow. Exhale to come into your cat. Puff up those shoulders, drop that chin towards chest. Give yourself one more. Big breath in to lift. Exhale to tuck and round. Okay, once you've completed that, don't rush. Return to your neutral table. Tuck your toes, hover those knees just an inch off of your mat just to isolate through that core. Another hold. We do lots of holds through most of our programming anyways, but now we're just going to be hyper aware of it, okay? Pressing through those hands, hovering those knees, brace through that core. Take one more big breath in. Lift those hips up and back, downward facing dog. Okay, give yourself a couple of petals here. We're going to go through a nice little slow flow to start. Press those hips up nice and high. Press the heels down towards your mat. Feet can be hip distance or towards one another. That is totally fine, your preference for your hips. Take one more breath in your down dog. Exhale it out. Come high on those tippy toes, bend those knees, look to your hands, nice big step, hop or jump to the front of your space. In breath, hands to shins, lengthen through your spine. Exhale to release and fold. Good. In breath, circle sweep those arms all the way up to standing. Exhale those hands down towards heart center. Okay, We're gonna do a little flow of just the arms as we stand here. So big sweep of the arms, tuck your tail, squeeze the glutes, exhale those hands down towards heart center. Good. Again, big breath in, sweep the arms up. Exhale, prayer. One more time. Big breath in. Exhale to prayer. Hold in that position for a moment. We're going to take the left arm forward, right arm sweeps back, twist. Okay, so a nice little standing twist here. What I want you to focus on are the hips coming with you. Turn them back. Think of rotation from upper shoulders. So hips stay square. You might not get a big twist. That's okay. Keep reaching that right arm behind you. Left arm in front. Take one more big breath in and out. In breath, those arms to come all the way up overhead. Exhale, hands down towards heart center. Right arm reaches forward, left arm reaches back behind you. Square out your hips. Think of rotation, upper body here. Tuck the tail, squeeze and breathe. Big breath in, big breath out. Sweep those arms all the way back up overhead. Exhale, release and forward fold. In breath, your hands to shins, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, plant the hands down, pause and hold in your plank. Okay, take a nice big breath in. See if you can activate that plank a little bit more. So really press into those hands. Big inhale, option to lower those knees. Chaturanga, hug those elbows in breath, upward dog or baby cobra, whatever feels good for that back body. Take it back to a wide child's pose. Knees come wide, toes to touch. Reach those fingertips forward. Now in your child's pose, this is always a nice one to hold. Think of those armpits, those shoulders coming down towards your mat, opening that part up. Thinking of resting that forehead down onto your mat, creating lots of space with the breath in the back body. Take one more big breath in right there. And exhale. Good. Shift yourself forward to table, tuck your toes, lift the hips up and back, downward dog. Okay. When you are ready, come high on those toes, bend the knees, look to the hands, nice big upper step forward. In breath, hands to shins, lengthen. Exhale, release and fold. Sweep the arms forward and up to come into your chair pose. Okay, so in your chair, arms can be up if that's not comfortable for the shoulders. Take those hands down towards prayer, your choice, or arms up overhead. We're gonna hold here for a little bit. Okay, that feels good, right? Squeeze those knees inwards. All right, I'm gonna come down towards prayer. All right, think of what's happening through your core. Think of what's happening in through the inner thigh as we squeeze those knees inwards. That feels really good. Okay, everybody drop your hands towards prayer. Yeah, okay, we're gonna do a little flow here. Sweep the arms to come all the way overhead. Exhale those hands to heart center. Now you'll notice shoulder mobility. It's an awkward position for the shoulders when we are in squat or in a lower body hold. One more big sweep of those arms, reaching those arms up overhead. Exhale, lower towards heart center. Take one more big breath in, you're in your chair. Exhale, release and fold over those legs. Good. In breath, hands to shins, lengthen. Exhale, step the feet back towards plank, pause. Take a nice big breath in, push through those hands. Option to lower those knees, chaturanga. In breath, upward dog, baby cobra. Exhale, take it back to another child's pose. This time, leave your right arm forward. Take your left arm, thread it underneath. Option here, you can rest the side of the left head towards your mat, taking that right arm up and back to the low back. Or you can maintain a square position to your shoulders and just simply get a nice stretch through that left shoulder. Whatever feels good for you. Breathe here for 3, for 2, and for 1. Switch to the other side. Left hand comes forward, right sweeps under. Option to stay squared, option to come more into a bind and a twist. Breathing into that for 3, for 2, and for 1. Okay. Right hand comes back to meet the left. Shift yourself forward to your table. Tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back, down dog. All right, sweeping that left leg up nice and high, 3-legged dog when you are ready. Pointing through that left toe, taking a nice big breath in, lifting that left leg as high as you can, and then sweeping that leg forward and through. Plant your left foot, take your right foot to prepare for warrior 1. Right toes to that 45-degree angle, and separate track to the legs. Arms up overhead. Think of that nice little tuck of that tail. Breathing here. Okay, thinking of sinking deeper into that left knee if you can. Nice job. We're going to turn those palms to face forward. Exhale down to cactus. In breath to come back overhead. Exhale to cactus. In breath to overhead. Sink deep into that left leg. Exhale to cactus. Take those hands to prayer pose. Hold. Press the palms towards one another. Press. Don't just hold. Press actively. Pull the shoulders down and back. Tuck the tail. Sink deeper into that left leg. We're going to hold here for 3. Big breath in and out for 2. And for 1. Okay. Step your left foot in, right foot in to meet the left back into chair. Woo! That left leg is firing. All right, we hold our chair. Press your palms towards one another. Sink a little bit deeper. Take one more big breath in. Exhale, forward, fold, and release. Nice. Okay, hands to shins, lengthen, flat back. Exhale, step it back to plank pose. And then option to drop the left knee down and come into left side plank, or you can come into staggered. We are in extended plank though, so have that forearm or that arm lengthened, not on that forearm. Option to have that left knee down, right leg lifted. We hold and we breathe here. Big breath in, big breath out. Relax the face. Focus on the breath. One more inhale. Shift yourself back forward to your plank position. Activate through that core. Take one breath in there. Option to lower those knees, chaturanga. In breath, upward dog, baby cobra. Take it back to your downward dog. Right away, sweeping right foot, right leg up, 3-legged dog. Pointing through that toe, lengthening through that leg. Take one more big breath in. Sweeping that leg forward and through. Plant your right foot. Turn that back left foot. 45. Sweeping those arms up overhead. Warrior 1. Okay, so good, so good, so good. Again, we sink deep into that right leg. We add that slight tuck of the tail. Arms up overhead for another moment. Big breath in, big breath out. Inhale, reach a little bit higher. Exhale, cactus. Squeezing shoulder blades towards spine. In breath to come up. Exhale, cactus. All right, in breath up. Exhale, cactus. Last one, inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, cactus. Hands towards heart center. Hold, tuck the tail, sink deeper. Press those palms towards one another. Create that heat in through the upper body. Relax the shoulders, sink deep into that right leg. Taking one more big breath in there. And out. Step your left foot in to meet the right here. Pose. Pause and hold. Press those hands. Squeeze those knees. Take one more big breath in. Exhale, release, and fold. Nice. In breath, in breath, hands to shins, lengthen. Plant those hands down. We've got right side plank to do here. Option to drop that knee down or not. Come into your side plank. You can stagger those feet. You can stack those feet. You can have that right knee down. It does not matter. Taking one more big breath in. Squeeze glutes, squeeze core. Exhale out. Let's do one more big breath in. Shift your way to your center plank. Pause in your plank. Take a big breath in. Chaturanga. Lower down. In breath, upward dog, baby cobra. Take it back. Downward facing dog. When you are ready, sweep that left leg up nice and high. Once again, pointing through that toe. Big breath in. Lengthen as much as you can. Sweeping that foot through once again. Between those hands, pivot back right foot to come up to warrior 2 this time. Okay. We are working. We are working. Sink deep into that left leg. Arms extend straight out. Relax the shoulders down. Take your gaze over the left fingertips, okay? We want to think of sinking deep into that left knee and shoulders stacked over those hips. Left heel in line with that right. Okay. Breathing here. Tuck the tail. Think of bracing through that core as much as you can. Big breath in. Big breath out. One more time. Sink deeper. If you lost it, big breath in. And now we reverse the warrior, sliding the right hand down, left arm reaches over to side angle. We're going to flow and move here with the legs staying as warrior 2. You flow at your own breath, reverse on the inhale, exhale to side angle. You can also not place that left hand on the leg if you want to just hover towards that side angle. You can keep those arms by the ears. One more time, reverse. Exhale, side angle. Good, come back to your warrior two. Did you lose your warrior two legs as you flowed? Maybe sink a little bit deeper into that. Oh, nice job. Oh, look at me. I need to pull my shoulders back. Sink deeper, take one more big breath in. Cartwheel those arms towards your mat. Pivot around, step the left foot back to meet the right, holding your plank. Take a breath. Lower those knees down, chaturanga if you need to. In breath, upward dog, baby cobra. Exhale back, downward dog. Sweeping the right leg high right away. Right leg comes high, three-legged dog. Good, sweeping that leg forward and through, planting it down. Pivot back, left foot. Warrior two, other side. Okay, relax the shoulders. Sink deep into that right leg. Why is my heart rate crazy high? We're working. Okay, sink deeper into that right leg, shoulders stacked over those hips. Add a little tuck of that tail. Try not to shift the pelvis forward. We want a nice neutral pelvis. Sink deeper into that right leg. Your gaze is coming over those right fingertips. Taking one more big breath in there. We add the flow of the upper body in breath. Reverse. Exhale, side angle. Option to not touch that arm if you want to give that little challenge, or take the forearm to the top of the right leg. Sweep it over. Inhale, reverse. Don't lose your warrior two legs. Keep moving with your breath. One more time to your reverse. One more time to your side angle. Make your way back to your warrior two when you are ready and hold. Okay, so your right leg should have some nice little heat going on there. Make sure those shoulders stacked and relax down. Take one more big breath in and out. Do one more breath. Inhale and exhale. Cartwheel those arms towards your mat. Step your right foot back to meet your left. Pause in your plank. Good. Option to lower those knees. Chaturanga. In breath, upward dog, baby cobra. Exhale, take it back. Downward facing dog. Okay. Left leg sweeps high. Big breath in, three-legged dog. Okay, where are we coming? Back to our warrior two, left side for a moment. Pivot that right foot, come on up. Okay, this is where you might need a block or a water bottle or not. We're coming into our half moon to hold, okay? So a little balance, a little isolation. From here, heel toe your right foot in slightly, and then bringing that left hand towards the mat, kicking off of that right foot. If you do have a yoga block, that is a great place to start. Stacking right hip on left. Open up, stack your shoulders. So that right arm should be right on top of that left. And then I want you to think of pressing into that right foot like it's against a wall. Okay, now check in with the core. Check in to make sure we're not arching in through that low back. This is a fun balance to hold. That's all we're doing. Maybe you can challenge yourself and take your hand away from the floor or from your block. Breathe here for 3. For 2, reverse right back to warrior 2. Bend through that left leg. Come on back. Pause. Hold. 1 breath. Cartwheel those arms towards your mat. Step your left foot back to meet the right. Pause in your plank. Option to lower those knees. Chaturanga. We've got lots of flows today. Breath in, upward dog, baby cobra. Exhale, take it back. Right to your down dog. Right away, lift your right leg nice and high. Sweep it up. And then through to your warrior 2 stance. Once again, prepare yourself for that other side. Pause in your warrior 2 first. Shoulders stacked. You need to have your block ready. Place it where you need it. All right, and then we heel toe. Left foot in slightly, and then kick off of that left foot to come into your half moon right side. Okay, balance. Checking in there, seeing if you can stack the left arm on top of the right, left hip on top of the right. Pressing through that left foot. Pause, hold, breathe, and connect. This is a tough balance. Maybe you can take that hand away from your block, maybe not, or from the floor. Take 1 more big breath in. Bend through that right leg, return to your warrior 2 for 1 slight pause. Yes, nice job, everybody. All right, you cartwheel those arms towards your mat, stepping back into your plank pose to pause. And then if you need to lower those knees, chaturanga. In breath, upward dog, baby cobra. Exhale it back, downward facing dog. You guys thought we were almost there. We are, we're getting there. Okay, left leg sweeps up nice and high. We're gonna place that foot between the hands and lower that back, right knee down, untuck the right toes, a nice low lunge. Okay, so we're gonna make our way down toward our mat very soon. Sweep those arms up overhead, sink deep into those hips. We're gonna add a nice little flow here as we take those hands down, forward fold over left leg. Breathe, inhale, sweep the arms up to your low lunge. Exhale to your forward fold over that left leg. Maybe you need to double up your mat. Maybe you need a little cushion for that right knee. Great place to be. Exhale, forward fold. Good. Last one here, we're gonna hold our low lunge. Think of opening through that left knee as much as you can. Breathe and hold. Think of opening through that front right flexor as much as you can. And then exhale, forward fold and hold there. Okay, flexing through those left toes as much as you can. Round through your spine, maybe taking those hands a little bit further forward. Oh, that gets a nice little extra. Big breath in and big breath out. Okay, shift yourself back forward to your low lunge. Sweep those hands up one more time. Maybe a little bit of a back bend here. And then plant those hands down, tuck the right toes at the back, step the left foot back, right away to down dog. Okay, right away to your down dog. If you want to give a little pedal, no problem. And then we're going to do the other side. Right leg sweeps high, point through those toes. Sweep that leg forward and through, plant the right foot, lower the left knee down, untuck the left toes. Sweep those arms forward and up to your low lunge this side. Okay, arms are up overhead, knees tracking right over those toes. Big breath in to reach, exhale, hinge and fold. Hamstring stretch, good. Or half splits, that's what they call that stretch in yoga. Inhale to come up, exhale, hold, not hold, flex, and fold, not hold, it rhymes. It's not the right word though. Good, we're gonna go for one more. Big breath in, sweep it forward. Exhale, fold, good. Inhale, forward, hold this time. Sink deep into those hips as much as you can. Right knee, maybe it pushes outward slightly to really get into that hip and glutes. Taking one more big breath in there. Good, exhale. Push those hips back, forward fold. Over that right leg, walk those fingertips further forward. Round through that spine, push that right hip back. Pull in through those toes. Take a nice big breath in there. And exhale. Good. Shift yourself forward through to your low lunge. Sweep the arms up. Maybe it's a little bit of a back bend. Oh, that feels so good. And then take those hands down. Tuck your left toes at the back. Right foot steps back to your downward facing dog. Okay, this is going to be your final full flow. Okay, come high on those tippy toes. Bend your knees. Look to your hands. Big step. Hop or jump forward. In breath, hands to shins to lengthen through that spine. Exhale to release and fold. In breath, circle sweep those arms all the way up to standing and then right away, forward fold. Good. In breath, hands to shins, lengthen. Exhale, plant the hands down, step it back, plank. Strong plank. Take a nice big breath in here. Option to lower those knees, chaturanga. In breath, upward dog, baby cobra. We're going to take it back to a child's pose, narrow, knees towards one another, hips to come back. Good. Walk your hands over towards the right. Press into the left hip. Oh, get a nice stretch through that left lateral side. Take one more breath in there. And then walk those hands back through center over towards the left. Right fingertips reach a little bit further. Push into that right hip. Take a big breath in there. And then making your way in through center, come up to tabletop. Swinging those legs around and extended straight out in front. Okay. A little reverse plank to forward fold flow before we make our way to our backs. So those fingertips are going to come to face the hips. Hands come in behind. Point the toes, lift the hips up and hold in reverse plank. If that's uncomfortable for you, come into a reverse tabletop. Heels underneath of those knees, press through those hands. Everybody's gaze can either be at their toes or at their knees, or straight up to sky ceiling. Take one more big breath in, push into those hands, and then lower those hips. Take a big breath in, reach the arms up overhead, sit tall, exhale, forward fold, and hold over those legs. Okay, round it through the spine or length. You can choose what your body needs here. We hold and fold for 3, for 2, and for 1. Coming back up, take a nice big breath in. Plant those hands in behind you, come back into your reverse plank. Or tabletop, squeeze and tuck the tail. Gaze can be towards the toes, or up at the sky ceiling, whatever feels good for that neck. Take one more big breath in. Lower the hips back down. Take a big breath in, flex through those feet. Exhale forward, fold over those legs. So good. Round or lengthen through that spine. Taking one more big breath in right here. And out, release. So good. Okay, from here, we're going to release those legs. We're going to bend and plant those feet roughly hip distance to shoulder distance apart. You might need to wiggle yourself forward on your mat. We're going to roll ourselves down nice and slow. Reach those hands forward, palms to face in. Tuck your tail. Plant your feet as much as you can. You'll probably have to adjust once we're down, and we're going to come into a bridge pose once you are there. Make your way slow, activating through that core vertebrae by vertebrae. Once you're down, take the hands beside you, palms down, maybe adjust your feet slightly, pulling them in towards the glutes a little bit more. Tuck the tailbone, lifting the hips nice and slow to come into bridge. So we activated through the front body and the back body in that reverse plank, and then we got to release it. Now we're reactivating through those glutes, tuck and squeeze. If you want to interlace the hands underneath and wiggle those shoulders to get a little bit of a chest opener as well here. Pausing, breathing, holding, activating. Close your eyes and hold for 3, for 2. If you were interlaced underneath, release that. And then start at the top vertebrae and work your way back down that spine until the pelvis hits your mat nice and slow. Once you've made it there, take both knees in towards the chest wide, and then take those hands to the outside edges of those feet to come into a nice happy baby, pulling those knees towards the side body, holding here. Maybe you want to come into a gentle rock from right to left, not activating, opening hamstrings right here. So good. Relax the face, close the eyes. And then you can slowly release those feet down towards your mat to make your way into your final Shavasana. If there's anything else that your body needs before you make your way there, if you want to add in a prop anywhere for your body, please feel free to add that in. Take up as much space as that body is craving. Palms up, palms down, hands towards belly and heart center. And just noticing the energy shift through the body. Just opening some things up. Of course, focusing on those isolation holds adds in a whole other element of stability, of balance, of all of those things. So challenging the body, challenging the mind as you are there. Okay, as you guys hang out in your Shavasana, I'm going to read you a little message, as always, to finish practice. All right. Oftentimes, peace is better than being right. You simply don't need to attend every argument you are invited to. Take this to heart. As you age, you will learn to value your time, genuine relationships, and peace of mind much more. Little else will matter. That is a little lesson. Sometimes peace is just the option, best option, the right path to choose in certain positions, in certain situations. Okay, from here, please feel free to stay in your Shavasana if you have the time, if you need it today. Otherwise, we'll come into our nice long body stretch, sliding the ankles to touch, taking an inhale, reaching those arms up overhead, long body here. And then choosing a side to roll over onto, coming into your fetal position, taking a pause there, thinking if that message resonates with you, or coming back to your own intention. And then slowly from there, pressing yourself up to a comfortable seated position here. Crossing those legs, if that feels good for you. We'll take one last community breath in together. Sweep the arms up overhead, palms touch at the top. Exhale those hands heart down to heart center. Namaste, everybody. Awesome job. Are you gonna do your yoga today? Good girl. Down dog and up dog. Oh, that's a very good girl. That's a very good girl. Zoe has a bad eye. She ran into a stick in the forest on the weekend, so her little eyeball is not doing so great. We're working on it. We're always something. Friggin' always something. Have a great Monday, you guys. I will see you tomorrow. Lower body fun. Bye, everyone.